everyone, and welcome to the Clarepoint podcast with me, Randy Prizzle. You guys all doing out there? Just about on the cuff of starting to come around from this flu. Literally, it's doing the facts and small stuff. Got to turn around, dim 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 dim. Hey, flu, what's wrong with you? Flu's been kicking my ass, and I'm not gonna lie. It's been putting me down. It's been putting me in the hole. It's been putting me deep down into the depths of despair. Do you know what I mean? And all of that madness was happening. But this is a celebration as well. Wanna know why? Because the flu started to go down. But also, Erik Haag. Before we start the podcast, I'd like to officially thank Erik Haag for his services to Manchester United and for making Manchester United a certified banned club at that period of time. Your services to Manchester United will not be forgotten by our rival fans. This episode is dedicated to you. Thank you, Erik Haag. Now, that's out the way. Let's get on to what we're here for. The Clarepoint podcast. Let's party. Whoa. Should be a bit more enthusiastic, but I'm still having that lingering cold. Do you have to let it linger? Unfortunately, it still does, so it is what it is there. You might find me coughing a bit during this episode. I've even got one of these lozenges sweets in my mouth as well. Big up the lozenges for doing the job and holding it down and giving man the voice to speak on this, because yesterday, the day before that, it was moving completely mad. It's moving psycho like Psycho Sid. Do you know what I mean? It's going in a different direction. You know what I mean? Not the one direction. You know what I mean? Like the group singing, "You don't know you're beautiful," all of that. Really rest in peace, obviously, to Liam Payne, the man obviously passed away. Rest in peace to him. You know what I mean? A certain One Direction fans, I'm sure, around the world be very disappointed in that. But yes, insane indeed, in the membrane. But yeah, let's get on to it. Doing a lot of madness is happening, but as I said, party celebrations. Let's go. We come on to the random questions, which is obviously one of the certified stays on this podcast. And we'll come to the first one. If you were offered the position of mayor of your city, would you take it? Fuck no, I wouldn't take the mayor's position. Do you want to know why? Because I'll have to deal with a bunch of scumbags. Do you know what I mean? A bunch of people who don't know shit about the people of the city. And then they want to try and, you know what I mean, take control of what you're doing. Because let's be honest, the mayor is not really the person that takes control of the city. It's the people behind the scenes. The people that's sitting around in the round table. They're the ones that are telling the mayor, we advise you to do this, we advise you to do that, and all of this and all the above. So it's not the mayor that has the full hand or full say on what goes down. It's the people around the round table. Now, if I was mayor and someone put a gun to my head, not literally but figuratively, and said if you had to be a mayor, what would I make changes? Number one, I will cut the taxes. This ULEZ thing that's going on out here, this business of not being able to pass through central London with paying, that will be scrapped. Number two, listen, cost of living, let's lower the prices of that. People say, you're going to make a lot of cuts, Randy. You're going to help a lot of people. That's what it's all about, helping people. Because some of these people that are in charge right now don't give a fuck about the people. Don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? They're out there like John Laurinaitis screaming, people power, but they don't give a crap about people power. You know what I mean? They don't care. So it's not something that I'm shocked by hearing, but it's one of those things that I'm like, I'm not going to be one of these people that are going to be like, nah, fuck the people, let's just do what we've got to do and just ignore them and make money. You know what I mean? Man is not flipping, you know what I mean, the Tottenham owner out here, because you see what Tottenham are doing. Nothing. What they're trying to do, like the Norris, nothing. What they want to do, nothing. You know what I mean? They've won nothing. You know what I mean? And they continue to win nothing. But the stadium looks nice, but still looks like a toilet seat. Do you know what I mean? The amount of times people have gone there and taken a shit in that toilet. Do you know what I mean? Listen, mad business out there. But listen, it's earned them a lot of money. They had WizKids concerts there and Beyonce's and all of that. That's nice for revenue settings. But what about the actual players and the footballing that's happening? Couldn't give a stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm happy for it because I'm happy to see that these mans will never prosper. Probably one day when he's finally left, they probably will. But it's what needs to happen because Tottenham do need to stay in their lane. But anyways, why have I turned this into? I don't give a care about these man. Fuck them. Like Michael Jackson said, I don't really care about us. I don't really care about Tottenham. I'm talking about them for. But anyways, if I was still in that position of being a mayor, the one thing also I would look to do is to help the people obviously that are in need. Try to make more jobs happen, create more opportunities for people, the young ones especially, open up youth centres again. Because back in our days, we used to have youth centres. We used to have places where people can go when school had finished or, summer had come and school had closed. So people can go there and relax, have fun, chill with people, get to know new people, go on trips, go on adventures, places like that. Places where they can let their hair down, you know what I mean? Let themselves be themselves without feeling like they weren't allowed to be free or have that creative system going, inside them. Because certain people will just be stuck nowadays and they don't know where they're going or what they're doing. Parents probably have to go to work and they're around the streets roaming. Do you know what I mean? What are they doing? They're roaming like free Wi-Fi and data and that. It's mad. But this is what's happening. Some of these kids they don't know where they're going. But anyways, turn deep, isn't it? Man's turning into a deep political session. You don't want to do that, but that's the word. It's what's happening out here. Do you know what I mean? Some of these kids them are just mindless, and some of the bigger man them are seeing this and taking examples and feeling like they can come and just prey on these youngsters, and then boom, these youngsters all then is they know the street life. It's unfortunately is what it is, and that's what always seems to take a turn. Man, them as young joining gangs, and madness is happening in the streets. So it's crazy, man. But that's the one thing, work with obviously the knife and gun crime people. Try to go to areas, make events happen, keep people, let's say, inspired to reach potentials and move to new directions, and give them hope that there is a chance that you can do other things, that you can make it out, let's say, a particular area or borough, and move on to bigger and better things. Do you know what I mean? Have a clear vision and not be wrong to have one. But anyways, let me stop waffling on. I've said all my piece and that. Waffling at this point in time it's the right sort of waffling. You know what I mean? It's the waffling with ice cream on top and the sprinkles and that. It's not the dry one. Do you know what I mean? The ones you just slide under the oven or put in the fryer or whatever, and just wait for it to fry, and it's just dead potato and that. No. We're talking about actual sweet ones. But anyway, sweet one. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. It's coming. Okay, here we go. What board game do you like the most? Well, I like kind of a lot of board games. I mean, I like the ones that are kind of adult based, party based. I've got Pick Your Poison here, which would be introduced very much after these whole random questions come about, because I have a segment for that, because it's party time. But those sort of games for me intrigue me. Games you can have fun. Ludo, old school games like Ludo, Connect 4, most of them ones, do you know what I mean? Even Cards Against Humanity, just ones that are just fun, adult based, funny, humorous. The ones you can generally have fun with people, articulate. Love that. That's brilliant. Monopoly as well. Do you know what I mean? So I have a bunch. You know what I mean? It's not one I can really name. You know what I mean? Uno as well. Big up my man Cinema Siebes, who keeps getting battered on Uno. When we play Uno reverse, that guy had to pick up a lot of cards and he wasn't happy about it, but that's what happened. Do you know what I mean? Got his ass exposed. Pause. Do you know what I mean? Got laid the smackdown on. Taken, his ass got taken down to the Smackdown hotel. Pause again. Do you know what I mean? And aimed the smackdown on his candy ass. Pause one more time. But anyways, this is what it is, and that's what it is. So I love the board games and all of that, and I think it's fun. So excuse the background noise. I'm not alone. It's just the things that I'm going through. So this podcast is always going to be bootleg. This man hasn't got space or studio to be doing all of that. I've got the money for that. But it is what it is here. So come on to the next one. It says if you get rid of the world of one disease, what would it be? Cancer. 100% cancer. That's seen obviously people young die from cancer. Seen people older die from cancer. Yeah, man, cancer. There's other ones, but obviously that's the major one, cancer. So yeah, 100% for me. Come to the next one. Your favorite day of the week? My favorite day of the week is usually Friday, because I think Fridays are a lot more easier, relaxed. It's time to get ready for the weekend. Do you know what I mean? Not like the weekend, I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it. You know what I mean? It's generally just having fun the weekend, letting your hair down and just relaxing, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, for me, the weekend used to be football. I do like Saturdays as well, because obviously that's the day I do play football, and obviously I can't play football because of this now. It is what it is, whatever settings there, but it is what it is. But Friday is kind of like eat what you want day in our household. Eat what you want, you know what I mean? So chicken is usually on the menu for Fridays, and I love chicken, Eddie. Trust me, I love chicken. Chicken, one of my favorite foods. So I'm always gassed when Friday comes around, because I know it's the day to eat chicken. Do you know what I mean? People say you can eat chicken on any other day, but Friday chicken, it doesn't get any better than that when you're buying wings and things, and you're consuming some nice wings and things. So Friday definitely is a better day to enjoy the delectable of eating some food in terms of wings and that. So yeah, man, 100% wings for me is definitely something that is fun. So yeah, that, man. Yeah, tongue got tied, and that's no lie. I'm looking into your eyes. Don't look into your big black eyes. Ooh yeah. But anyways, give me a pause for a minute. I'll be right back. Pause. Yes, I'm back. Let the podcasting recontinue. Right, we'll come to the last question, and then we'll move forward to some pick your poison. If you inherited or won $1 million, pounds in this case, what's the very first thing you would do with the money? Now, obviously, I would like to give some back to the family. Do you know what I mean? AKA mumsy, but sister as well. You know what I mean? Like them two, for certain, pops as well. So family kind of first. But let's say, without doubt, in terms of spending it on something first, buying a Wagyu steak, something along them lines, something I've not done before. Do you know what I mean? That would probably be the first, just to experience that. Do you know what I mean? For the first time. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that'd be nice. Not going to that guy's restaurant. It is the Salt Bay. Fuck him. These prices are out of this world. They're ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? No. When I saw that bill last time of him and how he operates and that, I was like, man, you're moving mad. Scandalous, like the Mystique stuff. Do you know what I mean? Deep, deep, scandalous, deep, deep, deep. That's why I literally saw that. That's why for me, I can't really back what man's doing. Listen, prices are out of this world. Listen, but this is what you get. It's the prices when you go to Chelsea and Mayfair. These are the prices that you go. This is what you expect when you go there, sir. So you have to expect the prices that you go there. It's eloquent necessary when you go to places like Chelsea. That is the price that you pay for the premium quality of product. No. No, 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 no. Literally, all of that. But anyways, yeah, steak and that. That's what I'm saying there. But cool, that's it. We've come to the end of the random questions. Let's move forward, guys. So, do some pick your poison. Obviously, I don't want to show these, obviously, for legal reasons, in case man gets done out there. Do you know what I mean? But I have obviously a card game here, which is pick your poison. Which, as I said, again, I can't show, but I will read stuff from the cards. I'll pick 2 cards, and I would say which one I'd rather do. Do you know what I mean? And explain my reasons and full details why I'd rather do that one instead of the other one. So let me just pick 2 the random. See, I'm shuffling through here, so not to say I'm doing anything fake or dodgy and all of that. So let me pick 2 random ones. One, this one, and this one here. Okay. So 2 of these ones, they're called poison cards, as you can see here. I haven't really seen what's on them, but let's see what they are saying. The first one. So, would I rather stare and salivate uncontrollably every time you smell a fart? Or would I rather draw a penis between your first and last name every time you write your name? Well, I think that's the easy one for me. It's to stare and salivate uncontrollably every time you smell a fart. You know what I mean? I think that's probably a simpler thing to do. It's obviously disgusting to breathe in a smell of fart, but when it's not a pongy fart, like as I said, like if someone's done a little wheef, you know what I mean, a little wheef, and it's just like a small little passing of cool, like they've eaten, I don't know, something sweet like cakes or something. I don't know, something that gets the better smell of an aroma of a fart. So would you know about a better smell of an aroma of a fart? You would know when that person has consumed something that is obviously of a nature where it's very sweet and that. So it will kind of tell. Because how would you know? Trust me, when you fart, you would know. Generally, when you eat stuff like asparagus or something that's a bit mad, then you will very much smell that earthy, you know, gunky, kind of pongy, rivery smell. Do you know, and you don't want that, or fish and that. Do you know what I mean? Them smells there are quite repugnant. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, so yeah, excuse me, as I said, lingering and all of that. You have to let it linger. Fortunately, it does. So yes, as I said, I'm going to pick the fart one because it's better than the other option, putting a penis between man's names. Man a dickhead out there. Do you know what I mean? Literally. Man's not a dickhead, so man will not be doing that. Do you know what I mean? Forget all of that. Do you know what I mean? It's long out here. But anyways, let's move on to the next 2. We'll have a couple more and then let's go with that one in between. Okay, so the 2 poison cards I've got here. Boom, to show you. 2. Now, wow, this one's a bit mad still, but let's get on to it. Said, bring a prostitute home for the holidays, would you rather? Masturbate with sandpaper until you come or nothing is left. Bruv, I mean, if you bring a prostitute home for the holidays, it's mad. But the thing is, you can also disguise the job title of that person. You could say they're an accountant. I know I've heard now some people out there are claiming that they do accounting and stuff like that as their profile, which is a bit mad. And I kind of heard that that's what some people who work in the adult industry are labeling their job as. Very mischievous and devious, but if you are, I'm not saying I am, but some of you out there are bringing a prostitute home for the holidays, then you may want to do that, because then it may disguise what they actually do for a living. But I think maybe the parents will be able to tell. If obviously they're coming with massive bazookas, and I'm talking about the gal them side of things, I don't know about the man them, not sure about that one, but they're coming with the massive bazookas and all of that. Your mum will pretty much find out. She'll kind of know the way she moves and how she acts and how she talks. mother's instincts and that. She would have figured and put two and two together. The sandpaper one is a bit mad still. Do you know what I mean? And not in his left. Yeah, that's a long time effect on the crown jewels there. Do you know what I mean? Doing all that with sandpaper and that is criminal behaviour. Do you know what I mean? You're mistreating your junk. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You're not sending it out to the rubbish and the back scraps. Do you know what I mean? That's part of your whole repertoire, of your whole reproductive system, of where you got to impregnate or potentially, do bits society to a female. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the male's perspective here, because I don't know how it is with the females and that. Man don't know our hair, do you know what I mean? That's even still going to be a bit weird still. It's all redness in all sorts of sections and all sorts of areas. But yeah, so it's like, I'm not doing the sandpaper when I do the prostitute thing. You know what I mean? Thinking about it, of a logical reason, that probably is more something you could potentially get away with, is bringing the prostitute home for holidays and just lying about what they actually do for a living. At the end of the day, it's a one-off thing. Do you know what I mean? It hasn't got to be a 2, 3 time, 4 time a lady thing. It's no one-off thing. You bought that thing home, and then you don't have to see that thing again. So boom, we'll come on to the last one. And then we'll move on, because this is going to do some overtime, literally. But it's a party, so excuse me. Lingering and all of them things. But yeah, I'll be back in a minute again. Got me sound a bit like Phil Mitchell and that. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute again. Damn it. Right, I'm back again. Yes, I know. Done this for the third time. It's moving mad still, but it is what it is. All that coughing is going to stay in, by the way. So, don't have time to all that. It's part of the authenticity of the podcast. I told you it's a bootleg podcast. We're not professionals here. Look, me and the camera, we're not professionals here. It is what it is. And it's not camera there, it's even the phones doing the camera in team. But anyway, let's get on to the next one, the last one we'll come to. Would you rather call everyone you've ever slept with and tell them you have HIV, text them JK the next morning, and then the next one is always let out a loud fart 2 minutes into sex? Now, obviously, I know which one I'd rather do. I'd call everyone I've ever slept with. So I ain't slept with that much people. So generally, that's it. So spoiler alert, you've known something about Randy. I don't usually spread, deep personal details there, but that's one you know now. So yeah, that one is definitely the one I'm going with. Fart 2 minutes into no. Yeah, it's a madness on that one still. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, the calling everyone thing, and then just tell them, yeah, HIV, ha ha ha. Yeah, that's what I have. They'll be pissed at you, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's 100% rather do that than the other one. And that's it for the pick your poisons. We might do this maybe next week or once every month, come around party time again. But that's that. Now, what do you guys think? Obviously, the random questions, party questions, all of that. You know what I mean? Pick your poison. Put your comments below on that one. Keep it to yourself. What would you rather do? All of that. You mad psychos out there. Put your comments below on that. But anyways, let's move on to talk Erik ten Hag. So just full in detail for the people who are living under a rock. Erik ten Hag has been sacked by Manchester United, and he no longer is Manchester United's head coach. So Ruud van Nistelrooy will be taking over as interim manager for a period of time. I think Ruud has been waiting for this moment. He's been waiting for it to come. Do you know what I mean? We've seen him have some spats on touchlines and that. Ruud had looked like he hasn't agreed. Ruud's going to rip the script up, and he's going to actually make these men start balling. I'm actually sad. I'm sad that it's the end of the banter era for Manchester United. Potentially end. Because Erik ten Hag, when he came, there was a lot of promise to Manchester United fans. There was promise they're going to take over the world like Pinky and the Brain. There was promises that these men were going to reach new heights. The mountains was no high enough than that. And I even had them in my predictions to be fourth this season. So you're an idiot. Why would you do that? But I just thought they may actually scumbag their way to get into fourth place. All of that. Erik ten Hag would be in a job again till next year. 10-year contract was pending. Do you know what I mean? That's what I thought. But unfortunately, settings have set it in. The man them let Erik ten Hag down yesterday. They didn't win the game. They went on to fumble big time. Do you know what I mean? NFL balls in that settings. You know what I mean? And it wasn't polite. You know what I mean? It wasn't pretty. They went out there and they should have actually won the game. Do you know what I mean? But they went, and I think they literally threw it away at the finest moments, at the finest chances. I heard that Diego Dallo should have had a tap in and man's kicked it over. Do you know what I mean? Like that Garnacho should have scored some goals. You know, I think even their striker up front had chances. They were moving quite mad, and they were missing sitters. And then boom, it happened. Penalty decision. I'm not gonna lie, wasn't really a penalty, but these are the sort of things that happen in the Premier League now. You kind of have to say that people are just going to get shagged at this point in time. They're going to get screwed, chopped and screwed, like the T-Pain song. You've officially been chopped and screwed. Screwed, chopped and screwed. You've officially... And that's what's happened. Unfortunately, the man them let Erik ten Hag down. Do you know what I mean? But I want to thank Ten Hindrance. I want to thank Ten Hag and Dars, because man's ice cream soft approach was what the rival fans needed to see Man United at their lowest level. You know what I mean? Because listen, he's probably been one of the worst managers of Man United since, who knows? Do you know what I mean? It's been a very, very, very long time for Manchester United since they had a bad manager, and he's on the record of being one of their worst, but it still ended up with trophies. Now, people would say, but he's ended up with more trophies than Mikel Arteta. Your guy, Mikel Arteta. More trophies than him. That's nice. Congratulations. But where has it ended him up? And people say, well, Man United have bigger ambitions than Arsenal. Okay, they do, but where have they ended up? What's happened with these bigger ambitions? Okay, you know what I mean? I'm not even saying that we are in a space where we have big ambitions right now. Listen, I've seen what we're doing and how we're playing this season doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. But it's not about Arsenal right now. Ten Hag, I salute you, Ten Hag. I thank you for your services to Manchester United, because you know what? These men them let you down. You know what I mean? But also, I'm going to be real and say you let yourself down. Because there was promise when you came to Man United, you were going to play expansive, exciting football. What you were doing with Ajax, you were balling out with them. And you came to Man United and you absolutely tore it all down. You blew the house down. You know what I mean? The three wolves and all that. The three little pigs and the wolves. You completely did the half and puff, blew the house down. You know what I mean? Big bad wolf settings out there. You literally were. But for rival fans, you gave us joy. Giving us joy. Do you know what I mean? Holding you in my arms. You gave us joy. And that's what we have to thank you for. Because, you know what I mean? Like the Jamelia song. Thank you, dim, 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 thank you. So Ten Hag, thank you very much. Hopefully you get the Man City job when you know, Pep Guardiola decides to leave. You know what I mean? Man City, when the charges drop and these men get relegated. Do you know what I mean? But even before that, you taking over as the next Man City job, I ship it 100%. Do you know what I mean? We need that to happen. Let's start this campaign. Erik ten Hag for Man City's job. Do you know what I mean? Because the man can go there and make Man City great again for all of us. Do you know what I mean? He can make them great again. Do you know, Erik ten Hag, you're legend. Yeah, put your name in the books of legends for the rival fans out there. Big yourself up, Erik ten Hag, but still you're a donut. No lies about that, absolute donut. But that's that. Erik ten Hag sacked by Man United. It's not a lie. It's been a long time coming. But the fact that they extended that, the services and all of that, appreciate it. But yes, that's that. But what do you guys think, Erik ten Hag? Put your comments below on that one, or keep them to yourself. Now, obviously, we're going to come on to the Premier League. We're going to react, obviously, to the games that happened over the weekend and all of that. Man, still lingering stuff, man. It's just moving mad. But anyways, Show must go on, as the Lupe Fiasco song said. All right, already the show goes on. All right, in the morning we dream so long. Everybody ever wondered. Da na 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 na. All out, the show goes on. Yes. All right, when this thing decides to load, you know what I mean? It's doing the bitching stuff. All right, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. No, it's not how we are. It's still loading. Do you know what I mean? It's no the, Fabrizio Romano stuff. Here we go. There's no here we go at this point in time. You know what I mean? But yeah. I think it's finally loaded up. Yes, it has. Cool. Alright, match day 9. Let's get into and do the voice. Leicester City 1, Nottingham Forest 3. Man City 1, Southampton 0. Brentford 4, Ipswich Town 3. Brighton 2, Wolves 2. Aston Villa 1, Bournemouth 1. Everton 1, Fulham 1. Crystal Palace 1, Tottenham 0. Chelsea 2, Newcastle 1. West Ham 2, Man United 1. Arsenal 2, Liverpool 2. Right, well, Nottingham Forest being Leicester City 3-1. Shock result, I guess. Didn't really see that coming. I kind of thought it would be a draw on this one, but Nottingham Forest turning up away from home to beating Leicester City. Leicester City look like they could be in serious shit. You know what I mean? Man City scumbagging their way to a 1-0 win. No surprises there. But I looked at it and I thought they could have battered them, to be honest. When I predicted it, I thought it could be an absolute pasting. But Southampton only managed to keep it to a 1-0 loss. Brentford beating Ipswich Town 4-3. Sorry. You know what I mean? It's a mad one still. Buemo, you know what I mean, getting a goal, late finishes and that, and winning the game late on. Insane game to probably watch for the neutrals. Insane. For Ipswich Town, you're probably in despair. Brighton, draw with Wolves, 2-2. Say it is what it is there. Probably expected Brighton to win this game, but they didn't. They move. Villa drawing at home to Bournemouth. Again, didn't see this one coming, but it's a good result for Bournemouth. Everton 1, Fulham 1. You know what I mean? Everton getting a late goal. You know what I mean? Saving themselves. Beto coming off and getting himself a late goal to keep Everton with a draw on the verge of defeat. So Crystal Palace beating Tottenham 1-0. Thank you very much to Mateta, who banged that goal in and, keeps Tottenham back in their hole. Chelsea, 2-1 win against Newcastle. You know what I mean? Cole Palmer, with a brilliant pre-assist. And the goal as well, scored by them as well. 2-1 on the day against Newcastle. I mean, they always looked like Chelsea were going to win that game. West Ham, 2-1 against Man United. Said chances Man United had. They should have won that game. But it was what it was. And Ten Hag's last game. Arsenal 2, Liverpool 2. Where do you go with this one, to be honest? A little bit obviously disappointed that some of our guys obviously are injured again, but we lost. Seems like we could lose Gabriel. Timber could be out as well. To your whole back line. And we're playing a makeshift back line for the last 30 minutes or so. So it was crazy. Bukayo Saka with the first goal. Brilliant goal. Took Robinson for fish and chips and absolutely banged it into the top net. And crazy with that one. And their response, poor marking, which is unusual by us, but we understand, no Saliba in there. So Gabriel's looking floundering like the fishes again. And that's what happened. Van Dijk back of the net. Partey not strong enough. And it ended up 1-1. Then we scored before the break. Mikel Merino getting his first Arsenal goal, crossing from Declan Rice and a header from Mikel Merino to get us going in at the break 2-1. Now listen, there should have been some more decisions that have gone our way. Listen, the last one should have been a corner to us. Instead, it gave it as a goal kick. Don't know why. The goal that didn't stand, I didn't really see the foul they were saying Kivior made, but I think if it continued playing on, which it would have, it probably would have been a foul for Kai Havertz bundling the player over before the ball went into the back of the net. So I have not really any much qualms on that one. I'm just a bit disappointed of let's say, again, inconsistencies. We've seen similar decisions where certain players have kicked the ball away and there's been no cards. But there was cards for us when it happened. Declan Rice got shown a card and stuff like that. So, again, inconsistencies for the PGMOL, Premier League, all of this bullshit. I can understand why people would say there's an agenda against Arsenal, but I don't think there's just an agenda against Arsenal. I think there's an agenda against majority of teams in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones. You just have to suck it up and move on. I'm here to obviously keep my analysis, but I'm here to also say this is not something that I'm surprised by. To be honest, I'm not. As much as it sucks, I'm not surprised by it. You just have to accept it and go, it is what it is, fuck it, and move on. That's just what it has to be at this point in time. So, yeah. But anyways, that was the Premier League. You know what I mean? Match day 9. We're going to move on now to predict match day 10, which should be games that are happening the latest Saturday, 2nd November. So, let's get into them. Excuse me. Newcastle United versus Arsenal. This is a Saturday game at 12:30. This is at Newcastle's pitch. I'm going to go for... I'm thinking, who have Arsenal actually got to compete in this game? Is Saka going to be fit and able to play the full 90 minutes? I'm not sure. You know what I mean? No Odegaard, obviously. Jurriën Timber could be a doubt. Flipping, what's his name, could be a doubt. We got some problems. We really got some problems. So I'm not 100% certain on where this is going to go. I hope. But I'm going to go with a very, very tight 1-0 Arsenal. No, I should say 1-0. 2-1. 2-1 Arsenal against Newcastle. 2-1. Next game, Liverpool against Brighton. This is a 3 p.m. kickoff. I'm going to go for Liverpool. It could be a tight one. It could be a tight one as well. Brighton are not going to want to roll over like the national lottery. 2-1 Liverpool. I'm going to go for. No, 3. Yeah, Liverpool scored at 3-1 Liverpool. Ipswich Town versus Leicester City. This looks like it has a draw written all over us, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a draw on this one. Ipswich Town, Leicester. Draw, 1-1. Bournemouth, Man City. Man City, take your pick. How many they're going to score? This is a game where they probably could just show up and show up. I don't think Bournemouth are going to allow them to really run too much riot on them. 3-0. Yeah, 3-0 Man City. Southampton versus Everton. I'm going to go for... I would slightly favour Everton, I think. For some reason, I would. Just, they've picked up a bit of form. They got a draw in their last game. Southampton have been losing for a period of time. So, yeah. It's going to be a tight one, though. 1-0. 1-0 Everton. Nottingham Forest, West Ham. Forest. I'm going to go 2-1 Forest. Wolves versus Crystal Palace. This is Saturday's game at 5:30. Draw. Yeah. 1-1. Tottenham versus Aston Villa. This is on Sunday at 2 p.m. I'm going to go for... This is a tough one to predict as well. Because Villa, they're not great away from home, are they? But John Duran could rise. Dominic Solanke hasn't looked that dominant. So, is Son going to be playing as well? If Son's not there, I think Villa could win this one. Potentially, I think they can outscore Tottenham. Draw. I think if Son's back, draw. If Son isn't there, I think Villa would win this one. But I think Son probably be back for that one, I think. I'm not sure of their whole injury schedule, record, or whatever. So, draw. Let's go for a 1-1 on that one. Man United, Chelsea. This is a 4:30 kickoff on a Sunday. Probably game of the weekend. Van Nistelrooy will be taking over now. Ripped up the script. We might see some attacking football from Man United now. So we don't know what we're going to see. Are we going to still see a low block defensive stature from Man United? We don't know. This is what we're unsure of. But I think Van Nistelrooy is going to come out and get these guys balling, because Van Nistelrooy knows what it's like to be at Man United. He's been a player of Man United. He knows the Man United way, as they would say. So I think he'll get a draw here for some reason, because I think they would want to show up. They wouldn't want to get beaten. I think Chelsea as well would want to come and play as well. 1-1. Fulham versus Brentford. I'm going to go for... listen, if Ten Hag obviously was in charge of Man United, Man United lost that game. 100%. There would have been a 1 or 2-1. But it's Van Nistelrooy, and Van Nistelrooy knows what it's like to be Man United manager. Well, playing for Man United. Currently, he is Man United manager currently, but... Fulham Brentford. This is a Monday game. This is 8 p.m. Fulham. 2-1 Fulham. And that's it for my predictions of this podcast. And that's it for this episode of the podcast. But what do you guys think of my Premier League predictions? What did you think in your reactions to match day 9? You can put your comments below on that one, or keep it to yourself. With that, we've come to the end of the podcast. And I'm still feeling a bit iffy and all of that, just on the verge of recovering. And I said, listen, I couldn't do it and just leave it under. It's just in my recovery. I had to come here and still try to do something, and not leave you guys hanging again. And what the fuck's going on? Where the fuck is Randy Prizzle? Randy Prizzle here now. Not 400%. I've taken about 3 or 4 days off to try and combat illness and that. Yeah, it's still lingering, as I said, but I had to come and I had to put my weight in on this Erik Ten Hag situation. It is what it is. Man's been relieved of his duties, and final clear point in that one. Big yourself up, Ten Hag. Thank you for the memories. But thank you guys as well for tuning to this episode. If you have watched the full episode, if you haven't, if you've even watched parts of it, big yourself up still. And all of that below, if you want to follow, these are all there as well. That was at the start, they're not there anymore. So at the start they were there, you can go back and see the start, they were there. So you can follow all on socials and that. Probably even down below on the link as well, so you can check that out too. But appreciate you guys' time. And you know what we usually do here when we finish? Peace, love, unity, have fun. And you're either all in or clear out. Well, Ten Hag is definitely cleared out, so that's definitely a fact. But yeah.